Welcome to part 4 of the mini golf app tutorial. This might be a little bit more difficult than the previous parts, so I'm going to just go slowly. And we're going to use a new component here from the sensors drawer. It is called the clock component, and this is non-visible component. I'm going to leave the name as clock1. The main property here is the timer interval property, which is by default set to 1000 milliseconds, which means the clock component will run once every second. I will change it to 100 so that the clock component will run 10 times every second. These components will be used to slow down and then completely stop the golf ball. So this event, like we said, it runs 10 times every second. And then I'm going to go to the control. I'm going to use if then else block of code. So to add the else part, I can just click here and just drag the else inside the if, and this will expand. Okay, so how is this working? I need to first compare two different values. For that, I'm going to use the mod drawer, the equal to block, and then I'll change it to greater than. So what I want to do now, previously we have this when we fling the ball, we're setting the speed to 6 times whatever the speed of the flinging was. So that's a number that could be maybe 40 or 50, and now we need to slow it down. So to do this, I need to compare the golf ball speed. So if the speed of the golf ball is greater than some number, I'm going to just use a very low number, so maybe greater than 1. Just like this. So if it's greater than 1, then I want to make it slower. And to make it slower, we just need to set the golf ball speed. So we can either maybe subtract 0.5 or we can multiply by a number that's less than 1. So let's do that now. From math, I'm going to use the multiplication block. And I can just say the speed will be whatever the speed is. So that's the golf ball dot speed times. Now we can just use any number less than 1 to make it lower number when we multiply. So let's say 0.95. And this should make the ball really slow. Else, that means if it's not greater than 1, let's say if it's 0.9 or 0.8 or any lower number than 1, we want to completely stop the golf ball. So in that case, I can just do right click, duplicate, and then I can just say set golf ball speed to, just want to set it to 0. Let's see if this is going to work now. I need to delete this part. And let's go to the emulator. Okay, so first of all, I need to fling this ball. Starts moving, and let's see, is it going to stop, slowly stopping, and here's the full stop. So this works just fine. Again, how this works, when we fling the ball, it gets maybe the speed of 40 or 50, and then the timer runs 10 times every second. So every second, let's see if it starts with 50. 50 times 0.95 is going to be a number, let's say 47.5, and then multiply again, it gets 45, and then 43, and then gets lower and lower. When it gets lower than 1, we just set the golf ball speed to 0. Okay, and the last part we have now is to check if the golf ball is colliding with the hole. So collided with event is the first one here. So when the golf ball collided with other. Okay, so now the golf ball is moving. So technically it could collide with the image sprite, with our avatar, or it can collide with the hole. So we need to use now if statement. In that if statement, we can just say if, and then we have to check what is this other. So I can just use this get other, and I have to check is it equal to, I can just check from the logic here, if get other is equal to, and then I can just say the whole. and that's at the very bottom. So if the other object we're colliding with is the hole, then all I want to do is also stop the golf ball. So I want to set the golf speed to 0. I can just copy this, right click, duplicate, and then I just stop the ball. Then we can also add some other code, but for now, let's try to see how this works. I'm going to fling the ball just straight down. And let's see, not strong enough. One more time. And now, as you can see, the ball stops. We don't have a game over screen. That can be added some other time. But now, as you can see, the ball didn't go exactly inside the hole. So what I can do here is, first of all, I think I need to increase the speed. So when we fling the ball, maybe we can do it 10 times the speed. It has more power. And then other than setting the goal speed to 0, what I want to do here is also center the position of the ball to be exactly inside the hole. So to do that, we need to set the golf ball X and Y position. So set golf ball X to, and then we need to also set golf ball Y to. We want to set it exactly where the hole is. So the hole, you can just use the hole X to wherever the hole is, and also wherever the hole.y is. And let's see how this is working. So I'm going to click a new game, and let's try to fling the ball. Doesn't work that well here, but now at least it's a little bit faster. And it's right there. Now, this is aligning the golf ball with the top left corner, because the X and Y coordinate is not the center of the circle, it's actually the top left corner. So I can just adjust it a little bit. I can maybe move it 3 pixels right and 3 pixels down. And let's see how that looks. And after that, we'll be done. So instead of just setting to the whole X, I want to do maybe whole X plus 3. And let me just do math. I can use the plus. So I want to set the center. So the whole X and then plus 3 pixels. 3 and enter. And I can do exactly the same for the whole Y. I can just duplicate this first. Duplicate, bring it here instead of whole X. I need the whole Y. I need to delete this. And it's going to be whole Y also plus 3. So let's see now what will happen if I click on new game. Let's try this. And now it's a little bit more inside. So maybe instead of plus 3, we need to do plus 5 and plus 5. And let's check one more time. Again, new game. Just want to maybe make it a little bit more difficult. And let's try now. So flinging. Okay, it is exactly in the middle. Let's do a new game. As you can see, we're not checking if sometimes maybe the avatar and the hole are in the same location. And also, right, currently for the avatar, I'm just setting these random values here from 100 to 250. So I can maybe change it so it can be anywhere maybe between 0 and 250. And also same for y0 and 250, so it can have more freedom to move. So, and let's click new game. So that can go higher or lower. Okay, so let's see. I can just do it from this side. This was not supposed to happen here, but it is slowing down. And let's fling it again. Slowing down, and one more time. And it is exactly in the center. Okay, so there could be possible extensions to create maybe 9 or 18 levels here. We can do multiple screens. We can show the score. We can do different things, different backgrounds, different obstacles, and so on. But for this tutorial, we're going to stop right here.